Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click the button. It allows me to continue to do these things, create content, try new hardware, talk about this. I'm going to be starting a series here around distributed audio. I'm doing a distributed audio setup for a friend of mine, and I'm kind of helping him out with it at his house. And he has this setup right now where he has a garage, or a basement rather, and in his basement he has your normal surround sound system like you would have in your living room. He's got a 5.1 channel Klipsch speaker set up with a Yamaha receiver. It's an older Yamaha receiver that he's had for a number of years. He's using a Logitech Harmony. He's got a Samsung TV. Just a kind of a fairly normal setup. PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One are there as well, and he uses it to watch football and play video games, and his kids play games on it and stuff like that. So years ago, when everything was installed, he had a powered Zone 2 setup, so meaning the Yamaha amplifier has the ability to run speakers in a second zone. So he added some speakers outside his house on the exterior of the house, kind of pointing in the backyard, to give him some sound in his backyard. And it was fine, it worked well. His Yamaha receiver doesn't allow digital sources in Zone 2, so as digital sources have become more popular, he can't really use Spotify or Pandora or any type of digital sources on Zone 2. His receiver doesn't support Bluetooth, it doesn't support a lot of the new audio codecs, it doesn't support 4K. And then also he has expanded his backyard with some landscaping and some additional things that he's done to make it a more of a living space, something that he's using more often. So in his backyard he has a shed, and he built a giant tree house for his kids, and the giant tree house has power and the shed has power. And it's just there's a lot of landscaping. It's a decent sized yard now, when it used to be fairly contained right up close to the house. So he wanted to have audio in his backyard and have it be able to be heard. You want it to be able to be heard throughout the whole backyard, but you don't want to have to be very loud in one spot, because then it makes it so you can't really talk or enjoy the sound. So a distributed audio system that would be able to play at a low volume level and be able to be heard throughout this backyard area. So what we've decided to do is we're going to replace his Yamaha receiver in his basement with a new upgraded model, an RX-A 1080. So that's the Aventage line. It's not the bottom of the Aventage line, but it's like middle in the Aventage line. It's like a $1,200 or $1,300 receiver. We're going to move his subwoofer that's in his basement to a better spot. Right now it kind of sits under his computer desk. So we're going to use a wireless receiver to move his subwoofer. The speakers on the exterior of his house have kind of turned to crap over the years of sitting in the sun. So we're going to replace those with a new pair of speakers. And then we're going to replace his desktop computer with a new computer that he's going to be using for Media Center and other other music items or items related to this. And it's just a basement computer. Kids use it, he uses it, whatever, just a family computer. We're going to go from, he's got two small Dell monitors. They're like 19-inch Dell monitors. We're going to go to one ultra-wide display and, kind of clean up the computer area. We're going to replace the home theater receiver in the house, replace the speakers outside the house, and then we're going to add an amplifier and a set of speakers to his shed, which has power in it. It's about as indoor as an outdoor zone can be. It's got real roofing. It's got power. We live in California. We don't really have the weather issues that you have in other parts of the country. So we're going to add a pair of speakers and an amplifier and a small rack inside there, and I'm going to use a wireless bridge to get the network from his house to his shed. And that'll allow us to broadcast Wi-Fi from inside the shed. They'll have Wi-Fi inside the backyard. They'll have Wi-Fi at the treehouse, and kind of allow us to expand his home network out into the backyard. So we've got a bunch of stuff here. Basically everything but the monitor has arrived. So we're just kind of going through everything. Here's a wall mount rack. We have the speakers that are going to go on the house and the shed, 2 pairs of the Kicker 6.5-inch outdoor speakers. We have a new little PC for his desk. We have the Yamaha receiver, RXA 1080, and then a bunch of other stuff. We have a wireless bridge pair, so there will be a bridge on his house that goes to his shed, one on each side. These are mounts for the bridges. These are PoE adapters for the bridges because the bridges don't use standard PoE. I'll talk about this in a later video. I know I'm breezing through it right now. An additional wireless access point for inside the shed. He already has nano HDs in his house, so we're just adding an additional one more AP. We have a pair of Audio Engine B5s, which are going to be the source for this Zone 2 inside the house and the shed, and these two can sync together and play together. We have a surge protector for inside the rack. We have a wall-mounted power distribution. Basically, it's a wall-mounted power strip, kind of something like that, but it's smaller. That's going to go inside next to his computer. We have the wireless subwoofer kit, this Dynasty Pro Audio kit. We got a bunch of things from Monoprice. So I have a Unity amplifier, rack mount amp. I have a small Cisco switch. We have the 3-foot, or I think these are 6-foot RCAs. Yeah, 2 meters. So these are 6-foot RCA cables for these music streamers to connect to the receivers. I've got an HDMI cable for his new display and a power cable for his new display that will be routed into his desk and through the wall. And then a roll of Monoprice speaker wire. This is outdoor burial rated CL2 or CL3 speaker wire. I'm going to go through all these in subsequent videos. It's a multi-part series, but it's intended to, there's going to be a bunch of short videos that are dropped right around the, 1 per day or something along those lines to go through this stuff. So rather than do 1 hour-long video, I'll just do, 10 6-minute videos on all of these individual products as I open them up and kind of show what they are. So, thanks for watching.